Hello. In the last video, we looked at the functionality currently available in Project Venimus. This time I thought we could look behind the scenes at the architecture and how the project's made up. At the heart of the project, we've got a set of APIs. These are written in .NET Core 3.1. Because we're doing test-driven development, we also have a separate project which contains tests. So these tests are actually testing at the API level, i.e. they carry the API and check they respond correctly. For storage, we're using MongoDB, which just has three collections in it. One which contains the list of groups, one which contains the events for the groups, and one which contains the users. As we saw in the last video, for authentication to allow users to log in using social media, etc., we're using services provided by Auth0. And then we also have a sample website at the front end written in .NET Core Razor pages. So this sample website uses both the Auth0 services directly and also calls the APIs. The important thing to note is it never calls the MongoDB directly, all data goes through the APIs. In terms of where the code lives, it's all up on our GitHub account under York Developers Venimus. And most of the code is within this server folder. So as you can see, we've got the APIs, some tests there, some more tools, and then the level above, we've got our front end folder. When we check stuff into here, it automatically gets picked up by Azure pipelines because we're using Azure pipeline files to do the builds. So this builds our code, runs the unit tests, and then generates a Docker container and pushes that up to our Docker registry. The release pipeline then runs, which then actually deploys those Docker containers up in Azure. If we look in Azure, you can see that we've got a resource group just for Project Venimus. So within that resource group, we've got our own private container registry. So Venimus CR for container registry. So in here, you can see the three images we've been pushing up. So the API project, which is the main project, our sample front end, the UI, and we've also mocked out Auth0 for unit testing, etc. Each of those Docker images then gets run by an app service. So we can see we've got three app services. So you can see the API app service uses the API image, and we're currently on version 256. So if we look back at our release pipeline, and edit that, you can see it's just got one step, which is push the image up onto the Azure app service. So the third-party services we're using, so we're using MongoDB for data storage. So as you can see, I've logged into my account here. Database is called Venimus, and at the moment it's just got two collections in it. So you can see the list of sample groups I've loaded. And you can see any users currently in there, which is just one at the moment. Because I've recently refreshed the database, there's no events at the moment. So once the first event is added, it will automatically create that collection. So this is just a free account up on this site, mongodb.com. And this is our Auth0 account. So again, I'm using a free account here. You can log in using GitHub. And in here, you register your applications, which is my API. And then you register any front ends, they can use that. And users also get created in here automatically. As you can see, users who have tried out the system. And you can assign users roles. So we have a system administrator role, which we can then query back in the main application. So if you're a system administrator, you can do events, actions such as create new groups. So next time we'll look at some of the tools around actually ensuring we've got high code quality.